Hi, Keith Abell here, shooting another quick blog post. Today I'm going to kind of take off my network marketer hat and put my pharmacist hat on. As many of you know, I've been a pharmacist now for 18 years, and I want to, something that I came across today has really got my dander up, and I really want to go off a little bit of a rant. But just to lay some background here, many of you already know I am a pharmacist. I've been a pharmacist now for 18 years, and one of the reasons why I got into the pharmacy business was to try to help people live a longer, more healthful life. And, you know, over the years, I've always tried to counsel my patients in the best uses of the different nutrients and herbal products to try to reduce the amount of medications that they're on. But what I kind of want to go off on a rant today is the medical system is just freaking imploding all around us. You know, the insurance companies, the Affordable Care Act and all that, it's causing the profit margins to get so tight in the healthcare field that insurance companies are now starting to force more and more patients to go to mail order to get their prescription drug taken care of. You know, traditionally the community pharmacist has been the your so to say last line of defense when it comes to errors and catching inappropriate treatment plans. Many times doctors don't know all the different medications that you're on, or don't know the different interactions between the medications, because frankly they just haven't had the amount of years training in the drugs that a pharmacist has. So this trend of pushing people more and more to mail order is something that's concerned me for quite some time. You know, we're seeing the traditional pharmacies, other than the national chains, starting to dwindle down and disappear, where your community pharmacist is your last hope for defense, your last line of defense. And then another thing in the news that really irritates me is, well, we all know, you've heard me on many blog posts talk about how the major pharmaceutical companies really, they're the ones that control the entire medical system. They're the ones that determine what protocols the doctors should be following and what type of drug regimens they should be using. And they're also the ones that spend a great deal amount of money to debunk any type of natural alternatives to their drugs. So, you know, I'm already irritated with the pharmaceutical companies because of that. And, you know, now, one of the a case recently that made it to I don't know if it was Congress or if it was in court. I believe it was in court. But what we discovered recently is the same major pharmaceutical companies, when their drug is about to go off patent, they have been paying the generic companies to not produce the generic form of the drug. Basically, they figured out, you know, they're going to make X amount of profit on this drug if it stays on the market. The generic company is going to make this amount of profit, so they're paying the generic company a little bit more than what they would be making by selling the generic drug, just to keep it off the market a little bit longer so they can rake in even more money. Now, on top of that now, I got an email last night actually, from the Pharmacist Society that's really got me ticked off. Okay, once again, your pharmacist is under attack. This comes from, like I said, this came in my Pharmacist Society email yesterday, and it's about a statement that the American Medical Association made. It seems that the physicians now, they don't want your pharmacist to question what it is that they're doing when they write a prescription. They don't want your pharmacist to question their drug therapy that they want to put you on, their treatment protocols. They don't want the pharmacist questioning that. They want the pharmacist just to, by God, this is what we wrote, fill it, and don't question what we're doing. In fact, let me read to you exactly what they said. Now, this came out, was put out by the American Medical Association in June of this year, June 2013. They said that our American Medical Association, AMA, deem inappropriate inquiries from pharmacies to verify the medical rationale behind prescription diagnosis and treatment plans to be interference with the practice of medicine and unwarranted. They think it's inappropriate that their pharmacist should question what they're doing. Okay, you know, I've called doctors many times over the years. Most of the things has just been minor things, but twice in my career, I've actually called a doctor and on something that I thought was completely inappropriate and that I didn't think the patient should be doing. Twice in my entire career. Both times, the doctor had the gall to tell me that that's what I prescribed, that's the treatment I want them on, and you dispense that drug. Okay? Both times, I told the patient what the doctor said. I told the patient that I would not dispense that drug under those circumstances and gave them the reason why, and then let the patient make that decision. And both times, the patients followed my advice. Folks, your freaking community pharmacist is your last defense against this entire system, okay? You know, as much as I believe the pharmacy schools and all are also in bed with the drug companies and all, the pharmacies are the last defense from inappropriate things like this. And as these people in Congress and these people in the insurance companies and all that try to force you away from your community pharmacist, and now the American Medical Association trying to say that we shouldn't be questioning what they do, you know, guys, your community pharmacist is your last defense. It's your last hope to protect yourself from stupidity. So I thoroughly suggest that you find a community pharmacist that you can deal with, that you like personally. Even if you have a mail order program where you have to get your drugs through mail order, develop a relationship with your community pharmacist. Let that community pharmacist know what it is that you take, okay? You know, patronize their stores, you know, do what you can to help. And again, I understand that you have to take your prescriptions through mail order. They do give you the chance to take your first fill of any prescription to your community pharmacy. So take that first prescription. Always go to the same pharmacy. Always get that prescription filled by the same pharmacy. So the records are there. So the pharmacist knows what's going on. So the pharmacist can be your last hope of protection against stupidity. Okay? Always use your community pharmacist. If doctor wants to change your dosage form, change the amount of the drug, go to your community pharmacist. Let them look at your profile and make sure that it's appropriate, okay? Like I said, it's your last defense against stupidity and errors. And, you know, guys, I know, we're human too, and we're overwhelmed, and pharmacists make mistakes. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but at least a second set of eyeballs that's been a little bit more trained than you in the medical field and the appropriateness of different therapies, at least go to your community pharmacist and let them take a look at what you're doing. Take a look at what the doctor has you doing. You know, I can't stress that enough. And this just illustrates, again, just one more reason why, you know, I'm moving away from the traditional way that medicine looks at healing. I mean, I'm seeing so many things happen out there when it comes to wellness, and when a person gets the appropriate nutrition and supplementation at the appropriate levels based on their body weight, supplementation and nutrition at the appropriate levels based on their medical conditions. I've seen so many things change in people's lives that as a pharmacist I was told never could happen, okay? So that's why I'm moving myself more and more away from the traditional role in pharmacy. But as a pharmacist, again, I stress to you, you know, if you're going to be using the traditional medical system and you're going to be trusting that traditional medical system, let your pharmacist be your last line of defense from stupidity. Take the advice of your pharmacist. Let the pharmacist know what you're doing, what the doctor's got you doing. If you're going to 10 different doctors, they don't know what the heck you're doing. They don't know, Dr. A doesn't know what Dr. Z is doing. And if you go to 10 different pharmacies, nobody's ever going to catch these stupid errors, the stupidity in some of the treatment plans. You've got to pick one community pharmacist as your go-to person. Let that person take care of your overall medical profile. Let that person be your eyes, your advocate, so to say, in this crazy system. And even if you have to go somewhere else to get the prescription filled because your insurance demands it, at least patronize the store of that community pharmacist. Guys, your community pharmacist is your last line of hope. You know, there's plenty of independent pharmacies here that are still left standing. Patronize those guys. Give them your business and let them be your last defense. Thank you. Enough of that rant for today. I will talk to you guys again on a future blog post. And again, if you like my blogs, somewhere on this page is a subscribe link. Please subscribe. If you're interested in finding ways to earn additional income, I am right now aggressively looking for people to help me with that endeavor. I'm putting together another mastermind group. So if you're interested in that, let me know. If you're interested in alternatives to prescription drugs as a way to take care of medical conditions, I'm here. Just contact me. Somewhere on this blog is my contact information. Please, once again, subscribe to my blog. I will talk to you guys again in the near future.